Hello, my beauties. How are you all doing today? So, today I feel very inspired to do a reading to see what energies are coming through for all of us. What does the universe want to share with us today? What are those beautiful messages that it is, waiting for us to hear, really, waiting for us to be open to listen to what it has to say, because it is always supporting us, always loving us, always speaking to us. And I want to hear what this divine source of our own beings, this divine source of love, of compassion, of comfort, of unconditional love, which is embracing us every moment. I want to hear its guidance, and really, truly, it comes through us. So we are instruments. We are actually instruments for the divine voice, and it is up to us to tune ourselves, fine tune ourselves so that we can truly align to that which we are innately. We are born for that. Why are we so unhappy? Why are people so, in a state of turmoil, in a state of mental instability, in a state of war, or in a state of lack? It's because we have forgotten. We've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten that we are divine, that we are from this source, we are of this source, we are it, we are it. And the more we understand that truly we are not bound by the physicality of it, and we are not ego beings, we are not here just to get me, and consume, because we're trying to consume it from the outside to fulfill something that is deeply satisfied only from within, and only from the divine source, only from being more compassionate to yourself, first to yourself, being more aligned with your own divine nature, and then you can be that way in the world. And the way we are in the world is the world that we see. As difficult as it is for me to digest that fact, because sometimes you're like, no, I didn't do anything, this is how my life is. It's happening like this for me. Having said that, yes, there is a greater destiny which we cannot even fathom. We cannot even begin to understand. So what you can understand, what we do have the power to contain within our own beings, what is within our reach, let us begin with that, okay? There is so much that is out of our grasp. If we try to, go there, try to figure that out, we will be lost. And the time now is first what we have right now, let us work with that, okay? So that's my intention for this reading. My intention is for those kinds of messages, guidance for our soul to come through, not just temporary satisfaction, not just, oh my god, you're going to be rich, oh my god, you're going to find the love of your life. No, I want deeper messages which are so much more potent, which are actually the source of everything we want. It is not the person we want, it is not the money that we want, it is not the success that we want. It is deeper in our core. What are we trying to satisfy? What do we truly in our cores desire? And I want you to take a moment now. I want you to meditate with me for a few moments. Just close your eyes. All right, let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. And just silently, I want you to notice deep within your soul, let it answer you. What is it that you truly, truly desire? in the depths of your being. Do away with all the surface noise, with all the things that society has taught you to want. Let go of that and hear the answer. And now you can open your eyes. If anything came up for you, you can write it down. And you can pause this video if you want, and you can do this for a longer period of time. And just write down what comes up for you. Because you will be surprised that it isn't what you think. It isn't what you imagine. It is deeper than that. And so let those answers come to you. Okay, my darlings? So now we're going to, with that beautiful intention, ask the universe, what do we need to truly know and feel and understand to have a fulfilled, a healthy, a mentally stable and loving, compassionate and abundantly fulfilling life? Okay, let us see what is coming through for us today. I'm having a little sip of my tea. And if you all want, go and get some tea. I love my tea. I love tea. That's my drink. I know a lot of people love coffee, but go and get yourself a drink if you want. Okie dokie, let's begin. I am going to use a few decks today. And I have a rune deck here. I have tea leaf cards, and I also have this deck here, the witch deck. Oh goodness, I cannot remember the name. It is a lovely deck. What is it called? All right, anyway, I am going to use these 3 decks, and we shall see what is coming through. Now, I love this rune deck, and I'm going to start with it, okay? And I will have to read because I'm still learning. I'm familiarizing myself with the meanings of runes, but I am going to, because they're very powerful cards. I love these cards, and I'm going to get one overall message, the theme of this reading. Look at that. This is called Uruz. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now I'm going to get the meaning. And I know this card means strength, all right? It means strength. And that is the basis of this reading. Let us see the meaning of this card. Uruz. Bear with me a moment. All right, here it is. What it means is strength, like I told you. You see, it says strength there. And it is a symbol of brute strength and power. The wild ox of ancient times was both revered and feared because it was wild. The rune is a symbol. This rune is a symbol of physical power, vitality, and good health. It can also suggest emotional courage. If you're going through difficult times, you must find the creativity inside yourself to pull through. You have great power within you, and you need to unleash that power. When you do, there is no stopping you. This is also a rune about the need to take a risk and not to fear change. But conversely, it may also be urging caution. Energy that is misdirected can do great harm to both yourself and others. So ensure that your words and actions do not wound or result in chaos, but rather in healing and peace. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? It covers everything. It's talking about our physical strength, but it's also talking about our emotional strength and our courage. And I love how it says, if you're going through difficult times, find the creativity inside of you. And I must say, being a creative person myself, the one thing that does help me out of my doldrums, when I'm feeling sad or I'm not feeling great, I will actively pursue something that I enjoy doing, my creativity, a hobby. I'm a photographer as well, and so I will engage in that activity, or I'll write, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll do something actively. That's the message here, is that take action. We cannot sit around, through our lives, even when we're younger, like being on the spiritual path, sometimes people get confused and they think, oh, it will come to me. It will just come to me. All I have to do is sit here and it will come to me. No doubt the universe provides like that. No doubt it falls in your lap when you are spiritually aligned. But we have to make the effort as well. We've got to take action. Like I said, what is in your hands, take it and make something from it. Do something with it. What can you do right now? I don't care how small it is. Do it, okay? Empower yourself. Get up, get going, and choose something today. You will find something. Go do it, okay? Maybe it's something you've been thinking, I need to do this, I haven't done it. And just get up right now. Don't think about it and go for it. All right. Don't think about, oh, what am I going to wear? Just put on something and get out there. Okay. Because this is how I do it as well. When I'm procrastinating, I'm like, stop fussing over the little minutia of nonsense. Just get up and go and do it. Okay. So that is the overall message, the kind of theme of this reading. And let's see what other themes develop, what else shows up. Okay, I also am going to use my sacred oracle deck, and I'm going to get one card out of this deck, and let's see what it shows all of us today. Okay, I say us because like I am inspired by the messages too, because it comes through me. Okay, let's see. Show me. Wow, look at that. You got flow. Flow. Beautiful. Let's get one more. Show me more. Ooh, forgiveness. Okay. So, flow and forgiveness. So, if you will know, and I want you to read into these cards, I want you to take a moment and write down, what does flow and what does forgiveness mean to you in your life right now? What does this mean to you? How do they come together? Give yourself a little time to think about it, and write it down. All right, so those are the two cards that came through, forgiveness and flow. And now I am going to use my tarot deck, and let's see what comes through, what messages, what beautiful divine messages are here. All of you divine souls, all of you precious, incredible, just so adorable and just amazing beings. Okay, that's who you are. That is who you are. I know this about you, and I love you. I'm sending you my unconditional love, and I want you to know that whatever it is, if you're holding on to anything, just forgive yourself first, and forgive when you're ready. I don't believe in pushing anything, but if you at least start moving your thought in the direction of forgiveness, you might find certain things. You might understand more. You might even see where there's a resistance, why there's a resistance, and how is it stopping you from living a full life? How is it maybe even empowering you in some way? You know what I mean? Sometimes when we don't forgive, we feel powerful because we're like, listen, some things are not forgivable. All right, I've been through that in my life, and I'm still working on forgiving, I would say, yeah, a few people, not few, maybe one. All right. And I don't think I'm there yet. So, but at least I am on the journey of wanting that in my life. Okay, now let's see what beautiful messages come through from the tarot today, from the universe. The tarot is just a tool for the divine messages, as am I. Okay, let's see. Show me for my beautiful collective what messages are here. Okay. Ooh, the very first card that came through is the Three of Swords. All right, this is a card of heartbreak, heartache, and feeling hurt, deeply wounded in your heart. Okay, let's see what else. Show me more. Wow, with that you got the World. I love this combination because it's showing me that this time of heartache, this time of pain that you've been through in your life is coming full circle and coming to an end, because the World is about completion. The World is about finishing, and it is coming into your own. This card is so beautiful. She's sitting on the beach and her feet are in the water and she's throwing her hat into the air, and there's such a sense of freedom and just like lightness of being, and how you want to feel just happy and light and carefree. All right, so that's the time that is coming after a time of heartache. If you're going through that, there is a time of incredible abundance and joy and lightness, and the world is, the world opens up to you. That's how I see the World card, that you are the world and the world is you, and that you are connected to everything and everyone that you desire, and you are one with it. All right, now let's see what else shows up. Let's see, show me more. The Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. All right, the Four of Pentacles is a card of stability, okay, but it's also a card of sometimes, being the miser or not sharing or being overly strict about keeping things under wraps. And with the King of Swords, I feel like maybe you're being a little too hard either on yourself or somebody else in your life. All right, you're not giving them room, or you're not giving yourself room, because this person is stuck here. They're in this place of miser mentality or overly correcting yourself or somebody else. So that's what I'm getting. That's the message I'm getting out of these two cards, is you're stuck with being overly critical of yourself. And often when we're overly critical of ourselves, we are overly critical of others as well. And question whether you're doing that. Let's see what else shows up. Okay, let's see what else. And on the other hand, it can also be a message of, please pay attention to your finances. Please don't spend more than you have. Don't overly extend yourself, because this is also a card of saving, and I am a great messenger for saving. I don't believe in spending more than you have, and I believe you must put something away. Okay, however little it is, start saving. I was not taught that when I was younger, because I love that, because we were taught to just enjoy our lives and take it and spend it. But as I grew, wiser, I would say, as I grew wiser, I understood that just putting a little away, it doesn't make any difference to you in the long run, but it does in the sense that you have savings. You have something to fall back on. You have something to use when you want to, buy something big. It's just wise to do that. All right? Okay. Now let's see what else. Show me more for my beauties. So I'm in India and you can hear the honking. That's part of life here, okay? That's how it goes. Cannot avoid it. Although I'm like, please stop. There is no need to honk. Just wait, be patient, but no. In cities like this, because it's so hectic, people are just very impatient, and yeah, that's what happens. Now, what we have here is the Seven of Wands, the Hierophant, okay, and the Nine of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is, with the Seven of Wands, you've had a lot of things coming at you, a lot of challenges, all right? This is about defending your territory, defending your ground. And sometimes it can be seriously overwhelming. Like there's so much coming at you that you just feel pushed into a corner. In life, sometimes it can cause a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, just like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with all these things coming at me. But here in this card, you have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant here in this deck is a woman meditating with students in front of her meditating as well. So, what I am getting here is take a moment, breathe. Okay, let's take a deep breath in right now. And breathe out. And find your center. Please don't allow life to push you into a corner and off the cliff. That's where this person is. Okay? You need to stop. You need to take a breath and you need to find your center. You need to find your balance. Nothing is more important. I don't care what is waiting. Even if it's going into the bathroom for 2 minutes and breathing, or wherever you can, go and take deep breaths through the day. It gives you a moment to yourself. It gives you space to feel your own self, to understand your own being, to check, to do a self-check. I do this and I tell everybody it's so important. Just do a little self-check. Just close your eyes for a moment. Ask yourself, what's going on? Okay, why are you feeling this way? Because sometimes emotions build up from things that happen, stressors or things that happen during the day or that have happened through our lives, and we don't take a moment to process them. We don't take a moment to, say, okay, why am I feeling this way? This person said this to me. And sometimes it can be small, little things, but they build up over time. So doing a little self-check, at least I would say, if you can't do it every day, do it every 2 days or do it every 3 days, or do it at least, I would say, at least every 4 days, all right? And process your emotions. Okay, so, that's why I'm feeling like this. That's where this emotion is coming from. Because what happens if you don't do that is they all get jumbled up and then suddenly you're overwhelmed. Okay, let me know what you feel about that. Let me know what you think. Do you relate to that? Does that make sense to you? Because we are not human doings. We are human beings. And in that being, we ignore the being. We don't pay attention, and that's where we need to pay attention. Okay, and it is the root of everything in our lives: our well-being, our mental health, our physical health. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, and this card, I love it because she is sitting under a tree of money, okay, and fruit. And she's sitting on this lovely lounger kind of chair. She's reading a book. She's got a bottle of something and some fruit next to her. She is relaxing. And don't worry about what gender you are, because it's not about the gender. It's about the feeling. And what I'm seeing here is that you're going from a time of immense stress, immense challenges that have been coming at you, to finding your center. And to find your center, it's important to, first of all, have that time, like I said, to relax. Do what she's doing here. Just do what you like. Like if you like reading, read. I'm challenged by reading. I can't read more than a few pages and then I'm on to the next book. And so I'm more of a visual and audio person. If you're like that, listen to a podcast or listen to something inspiring, or just be silent and listen to your own inner voice. All right, but I am seeing you going from this troubling time to a very calming, peaceful time. Also, the Hierophant is about commitment. So what I'm getting here is committing to a business idea or something that you're innately good at. And I do see you progressing in that and having more than enough, because the Nine of Pentacles is about financial independence, having enough for yourself. You don't rely on anybody else. you have more than enough for you. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So that's what I'm seeing. If you're finding it challenging right now in your business, or you have a business idea and you're ready to give up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if this was a good idea for me to pursue this. Well, I'm getting multiple messages here, so bear with me, okay? So what I'm seeing here is if you're some kind of practitioner, or you're like a healer, or you're a yoga teacher, or you're doing something along the lines of helping others balance their own being out, then it's saying stick with it, keep working at it, and you will get there. Commit to it, okay? And if it's not about healing, it can be about anything you're doing. It's saying stick with it, and you will see the rewards. Just keep going forward. All right, let's see what else we have here. Show me. Oh, this one just fell out. Here we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced energy. I'm going to pull out a few more cards just to know what this is about, because the Knight of Swords can be about many different things, but it's very quick, swift energy, and it's an energy of like just doing, not thinking. Let's see. And swords are about our words and our thoughts. So let's see. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Okay. So the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. All right. So okay. Let's get one more card. And the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So what I'm seeing here is, first of all, with these two cards, this can be very specific to some people. You could be a parent dealing with a teenager or a young child who is, you know, they can be they can be difficult sometimes, right? So I see that there's like a battle of words or thoughts, or just like very sharp words, and they're coming at you really fast and furious, and you're finding yourself in a place where you need to be very strict, you need to put your sword up, you need to discipline. So it's saying, yes, discipline, yes, definitely discipline the behavior, but also be the Queen of Pentacles, you know, be earthed when you do it, because air energy can be quite harsh and sharp sometimes, because they are swords, right? They can be cutting. You don't want to hurt the child. You don't want to hurt the person. If it's not about a child, it can be about a person you're dealing with. You know, in psychology, we learn you don't attack the person. You don't condemn the person. You condemn the behavior. All right. So condemn is a strong word, but I would say address the behavior. All right. With discipline. Okay, address the behavior with thoughtful words. You know, be the higher person. Don't like, sometimes the child in us comes out, right? When we're dealing with children or anyone, and we want to fight rather than rise higher. We start arguing, we start fighting, we get flustered, we get angry. But you need to use your own higher self, your own higher thoughts to deal with this situation. And yeah, so I am seeing that you need to rise and don't condemn the person. Like, a lot of parents do this because they don't know better, and it damages the child in the long run, which is they say, you're a horrible kid, or you're a badly behaved person, or you are so selfish, or you're condemning that person. And this is in every relationship. This is not the way to talk to people, because it hurts them deeply on a very, very damaging level. You need to address the behaviors, and you can change your talk, the way you communicate, by saying, what you did hurt me. Your behavior is difficult to deal with. Or, you know, I don't like how you spoke to me. I don't like the words that you used. I don't like the way you, you know, I don't know, you get my drift, right? You get what I'm saying. It is how we communicate. You don't say, you are terrible. You're terrible, and you're the reason I feel terrible, because you're awful. No. Okay, so you need to change your vocabulary in the way you communicate. Either it's with a child or it's a person in your life that you have a challenge with, because we're all very unique, you know. We have our own styles of communicating, of being. We see things, we understand things, we have different love languages. So one person's love language could be, and love language is the way we express love, all right? So, in my own family, you know, I'll give you an example. My mother, for example, her love language is doing things for me, you know, and I never understood that for the longest time, but I do now. And my love language is somebody, you know, being there emotionally. I'm very emotional, so I like to feel, you know, the like affection. I like to feel that that person is listening to me and they're there with me in that moment, just giving me their time, their presence. And so it can cause conflict because their way of showing love can be, oh, I'm doing this for you. That's their love language. And you're like, no, I just want you to sit here and just listen to me. So check what your love language is and what your person's love language is. It can be a different way of expressing. So now I understand, you know, when my mother does all these things for me, she is showing her love, her deep love for me. And you know, now I've expressed what I want, and you know, I've explained that this is my love language. I want you to be here, sit with me. And it can be challenging because that's not their nature sometimes, but if they're willing, and if you're willing to shift your love language for somebody else, then you bridge the gap, and then it's so much easier to have a successful relationship, because that's what it's about, having a successful relationship. Relationships are not just about how you feel. It's not, oh my God, you said this. Oh gosh, I feel so bad about that. And I don't like what you're doing. I don't like, you know, this and that. It's about understanding the person, understanding how they operate and how you operate, and finding a beautiful, you know, connect, so that you're not just warring with each other. You are finding out how to navigate through your different personalities, through your different ways of being, and then find common ground. So search for common ground. What is it that works in your relationship, and build on that, and have compassion, and have just acceptance that that person is not you and you are not them. They cannot become you and you are not going to become them. Yes, we can try and adapt ourselves to each other, but you know, inevitably and innately we are going to stay who we are. So that is life, and as challenging as it is about acceptance. All right, it is about accepting that other person. The more you give them space to be who they are, and they give you space to be who you are, then it'll work. Then it works. But we have to work at being accepting. We have to work at not, you know, we live in a world where we want instant gratification. We want that person to instantly change. We want the circumstances to instantly change. We want that instant dopamine hit. No, life is not like that. Life is not like that. And the more you resist it, the harder it gets. The one thing I've learned in my life is accept, surrender, let go, work on the things you can, and manifest. Change your energy, change your vibration. And yes, when you change your vibration, when you change your thoughts, you are then connected to the highway of the divine frequency. You know, you are connected to your source, and then everything magic. It's magic because it just unfolds. It happens. But first you need to elevate your state to that place for things to just manifest out of thin air, and they do. They do. But you've got to work at your own frequency. Okay? We've got to do that work. We have got to do that work, because you're not going to become an elevated being by just doing some fluff, you know, things like, oh, I read a book, I went to this seminar. Yeah, those are beautiful things, but you've got to practice them, you've got to work at it. It's nice to have beautiful thoughts and fill your mind, but are you actually working at it? Are you actually applying those things in your life consciously? Then yes, then you do see miracles, then you do see the most incredible magical unfoldings in your life. And I would recommend meditate every day. And what is meditation? People get so flustered with meditation, they're like, oh, I can't meditate, I find it so boring, I don't know how to do it, it's not for me. Listen, when I started meditating, I was 13, and I sat there thinking, what is this? This makes no sense. I'm just sitting here. But here we are, so many years later, and it has been one of the greatest gifts of my life, because I have learned to sit with myself. I have learned to access states of my being and my mind which are so powerful, and access states that are higher than me, that are connected to me, that are in this consciousness of divine love. And those are the things that have grounded me in the worst circumstances, in the most challenging times of my life. Why is it difficult for us to meditate? Because our mind doesn't want to be disciplined. We are running amok. Our mind and our emotions are riding our chariot. We are not riding it. So in the Mahabharata, Krishna is teaching Arjun to have the reins in his hands. The horses are the senses. He's riding this chariot with the horses, and the horses are the senses. And he's teaching Arjuna that you need to gather your senses. You need to ride the chariot. You need to have power over them. They are not the ones who, if you let them just go, they're going to run wild, and you will be in chaos. You will fall off. You can get hurt. That's life, right? We're allowing our senses to run our lives. We're allowing every emotion, every thought, every feeling, every whim, every fancy to just take us anywhere. And that's why we're in chaos. We need to gather our senses. We need to gather ourselves. And if you feel, we're very indulgent as well. If you feel like, oh no, I'm entitled, I'm right, this is how it should be. I've applied this new thing to my own self, because I'm indulgent as well. I found that I was very indulgent about my emotions, what I thought was right. And I've started saying to myself, like in that moment when I feel myself wanting to throw a tantrum or wanting to be right, I just say, control yourself. Do you really need to do this? And are you just indulging your every whim and fancy? Or is it important for you to, express your feelings in this moment? If it's important, you can do it, but do it from a place of, I am in charge. Not my anger, not my senses, my feelings. We've become way too indulgent. We need to rein it back, and ask yourself, which area of your life are you allowing your things to go amok, and pull yourself back in. And this is not about deprivation, this is about self-discipline. Life, we just want, I want this, I want that, we're constantly feeding ourselves whatever we want. Discipline, and this goes for me as well. I'm not preaching here because I need to work on discipline as well. I say it because I go through it myself, but I'm learning now, which is it's been such a great gift to say, have discipline and rein back. No, you don't need to indulge everything. You don't. And I'm not talking about suppressing your feelings. I'm not talking about letting people walk all over you. There's a fine balance, but if you find yourself going overboard, rein yourself back in. Okay, now let's see what else shows up in this reading. What else do we have? Show me more for my beautiful collective here. What divine messages are here for them? All right, now put the cards back in because I want to see if any energy repeats again. I've shuffled. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It's the world again. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So for sure, this is reaffirming the fact that you are coming full circle within your own being. You're becoming whole. You are completing difficult and painful cycles in your life. Where does the pain come from? Truly, it comes from our own mind and our hearts, right? How we process things. Having said that, life can throw things at us that are very, very difficult. Very difficult. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen. It does. Or it does, all right? And I'm sending you all my love and all my support for whoever is going through those difficult times. And it is challenging, but you are finishing them up and you're going to feel so happy, so free, so just like, oh my gosh, one with the elements, one with your being, just a divine flow. Okay, now I'm going to get an oracle card with the world. Let's see what accompanies that. Simplicity. Oh wow, look at this feather just floating, and this hat is flying. I see a lot of freedom, just things becoming so simple and so easy and light in your life. I love this. Okay, and let us get one more oracle card. Whoa. Oh my goodness, this has been the theme over and over, the same cards coming out, even in my previous reading. Freedom. Look at this. Wow. And on this card there's a bird flying, with its wings spread, and it's flying in the sky with other birds, and that's what I'm seeing. You're going to have such beautiful freedom in your life, freedom to express yourself, freedom also to be amongst other birds of a feather, amongst other people who are like you. And I don't mean they're like you in terms of how they look or, how they behave. They are your soulmates. Your soul is not interested. Soulmates are not interested in the physicality or in the personality. Your soul connects. And when your soul connects, all those surface things don't matter anymore. And so that's what I'm seeing. There's freedom, and you're also letting go of all your preconceived notions of what that means. You're letting go of the baggage of what you may have been taught as you grew up. What represents, love? What represents success? What represents the right people in your life? What do they look like? What do they sound like? You're letting all that go. You're opening up your mind, your heart, your whole being, and keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. We are all one. We are all one. The externals do not matter. I know it seems like they do, but when we get past all the nonsense, of what race are we, or what is our cultural background, or what religion are we, or what are this person's views, or all social status, background, all these things drop, they fall, and inside we are all one. And I always say, it isn't, you think you become friends with people who are like you, or who have the same values as you, or who are have the same wavelength as you. Yes, that's ideal. We want that. But in life, a lot of times, circumstances bring people together. And then I don't know if you've experienced this, but you will think, oh, this person isn't really my type of person. Like, I don't have anything in common with them. But as time passes, you go past that and your soul connects. And when your soul connects, you have a deeper relationship, deeper than what you thought, and so give people a chance. And I don't mean pursue people who drain your energy. I don't mean pursue circumstances that are toxic, and that. I mean, give life a chance, give people a chance, and that's where you're headed. And that is freedom. That is true freedom, isn't it? When we drop all our preconceived notions of what, and really everything you are today, I would say for most people in this world, 90% of it has been taught to you, has been ingrained in you from the time you were a child. It is about time that you ask yourself, what do I believe? What do I want to see in my life? What is it that my own soul knows? Not what I've been taught by everybody around me, not what I've been ingrained into. If you feel an inkling, if you feel, a push in a different direction, and your soul is saying, really, is this really the truth about life? And if it isn't working for you, if it isn't serving you, if the way you think and your fundamental ideas about life have not served you through your life, really ask yourself, where can I open my heart and my soul to learn something new, or to change my vision and perspective, and drop the veil of handed down beliefs and thoughts, and really truly see from my heart, from my soul. All right, that's a very, very powerful message. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these tea leaf cards. Now these tea leaf cards are interesting. I've mentioned this before, they have they're a mixed bag. Literally, they've got good things, they've got some very not such great messages in there. But I'm going to, at first I thought I won't use these cards because I was a little disconcerted with the negative ones. But when I used them together, I found that it's interesting. It came together well. It wasn't what I thought it would be. So I'm going to be using these. And here they are, my tea leaf cards. I bought these recently. They have days of the month. They have astral houses. And so it's fun. It's interesting. So let's just see what shows up with this. Excuse me. With this stack, all right? And then we shall end this reading. Let us see. Let's see. So show me, for my beauties here today, what messages are here for my collective. Show me. You see, it's a really big deck, so you have to be... Okay, I'm just gonna lay them down like this and just pull one out. Let's see. Whale. It says great worry over nothing. Okay, let's see what else. Dealings or relationships with an older woman. For some of you, you're worrying about somebody elderly. Okay, like I said, they have all kinds of messages, but I'm going to keep going. Mule, someone extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So some of you might be dealing with an elderly person who is very stubborn and is not willing to change. And maybe they're worrying about things, Look, you got well and wishbone. And it says family wishes come true, and wishbone, a wish is granted. They came out together. So you'll know what that means to you. So some of you are dealing with somebody who's stubborn, and you're worrying maybe unnecessarily, and let go. Just let go. Let them be who they are, and deal with them with love and compassion. It doesn't have to be somebody elderly. It can just be somebody who is stubborn. And whatever you're wishing for, I love these. They're coming. It's coming. Wishbone and well together. And I've shuffled these cards thoroughly, let me tell you. And these have come together, which tells me that something you're wishing for is coming. And it can be related to your family as well. It can be something to do with your family, because it says family wishes come true and a wish is granted. So some of you, it's about your family, and some of you, it's about yourself, whatever you're wishing for. Let's see what else we have. Wow, you got staff. It says you will be taken care of in difficult times. So I'm also seeing here, if you are elderly, if you are, heading towards your later stages in life, just know that you are loved and you are protected and you are being taken care of by this universe. All right, that's a very specific message. I'm going to take out one or two more and then we shall end this reading. Let's see, show me more. Lobster, and it says financial pinch. Okay, maybe some of you are going through a financial difficulty. Then you got shield. Like I said, there's all kinds of messages here. You need to defend yourself. And let's get more. Problems to be resolved. All right, you got, what is this, ink pot? And then you got eagle, which says triumph over troubles and obstacles. You see what I mean about this deck? It's so interesting. It's like literally showing you, it's so related. It showed you, yes, you might have trouble, but then look, wishes coming true. Look, you're going to have triumph over whatever this trouble is in your life. And I want you to think of a question, okay? And related to time, about when something's going to happen, because this deck has months of the year. So I'm going to ask you to choose 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to pull out cards 3 times to tell you when in the, which month is this going to happen for you. Okay, so think of a question and choose 1, 2, or 3, and that will be the month when this is happening for you. All right, so let's see. So for those who chose 1, here is your answer. When is this going to happen for them? November. Okay, you got November. That is for people who chose 1. Now for those who chose 2, when is this going to happen? I'm going to shuffle these. When is this going to happen? Show me. When is this going to happen? Oh my gosh, November came up again. Okay. For people who chose 2, it's November as well. All right, let's shuffle these first. Let's shuffle these properly and make sure they're shuffled. All right, now for those who chose 3, this is your answer. When is this going to happen for them? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 fell out. It's interesting. Maybe you asked about 2 things. It says December and February. So it can either happen in December or February for those who chose 3. Okay, my darlings. So that's when whatever you're asking about is going to happen. And now I'm going to ask you to choose card 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to pull out an oracle card for you all. So choose, you can ask a question in your mind and this will be your message. Card 1, 2, or 3. So for card 1, I'm going to shuffle this deck. Card 1. What message do we have? Card 1. Let's see. Show me for my collective. Card 1. Potential. Ooh, potential. That's what you got. So you'll know how that relates to you for the question that you asked. There's potential there. All right. I'm going to put this back in the deck because I want everyone to have the equal opportunity to receive messages from this deck. And now card 2. For those who chose card 2, let's see. Show me for card 2. Ooh, this one has showed up in the reading before. You got flow. Flow, that's your answer. It's saying either go with the flow or things are flowing. Just trust. It is in the flow of things. It is happening for you, okay? And those who chose card 3, let's see what we have. Let's shuffle one more time. Card 3, what have we got? Oh my gosh. cards are repeating again, and you heard me shuffling, you saw me shuffling. Potential. So those who chose card 3, you also have potential. There is great potential here. I'm getting there's great potential in whatever you asked about, and there's great potential within your being. Within your being, you are full of great potential. Okay, my darlings? And with that, I'm going to end this reading. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all received something from all the incredible divine, communication that came through in this reading, and you've taken something valuable away from it. And I love to hear from all of you beautiful souls. Do let me know what you thought. What did you resonate with? What are your thoughts? What are your inspirations? What inspirations did you get? I love to hear that, because I learned from you as well. Life is an open flow of wisdom and love, and it's about that exchange. So always keep yourself open. Don't know too much that you're not open to receiving something. People sometimes, I want to say this, because they're so closed off, they are missing out on so many beautiful gifts that are there, and they move past you because you have not opened your heart and your mind. So I am open to all of you. I want to receive inspiration from you. I want to learn from you as well. What is your wisdom? What is your strength? What do you have to offer this world? Don't ever know so much that you miss out on the opportunity to receive the gifts and the abundance from the universe in whatever shape or form it is coming towards you. Okay, my darlings, stay open to the miraculous, the magical, the potent, the loving, the most abundant and compassionate source of your being. It loves you. It wants to be with you every moment. It is pursuing you. I say this all the time. You don't have to chase it. It is chasing you every moment, like a parent that runs after their little child who might hurt themselves. That is how much you are loved. Just understand that love is with you, running with you, following you, holding you, protecting you. Just become aware of it. Become aware of that. Okay, my darlings? Take care of yourselves. Have the most beautiful, blessed time. I pray for you. I send you all my love, and I'm knowing for you that the universe has grand and magical and fantastic things and healing in your life. Wherever you are and however you are in this moment, know that you are being blessed, you are healed, you are taken care of, and you are so valuable. You are so precious. It makes me emotional. I want you to know that. You are so precious. Please don't forget that. And if you're doubting that, I want you to know that I love you and that you have my support, and you can reach out to me, okay? Send me a message anytime. I'm here for you. Okay, my darlings? Take care of yourselves. All my love and blessings.